I would like to ask you about SMEs. It's very popular in Greece to talk about SMEs because they are, let's say, the business who can hold the economy. What can the European Commission and especially now with the new programs do to support SMEs?
Yeah, what we have already done is we have changed our regulation so that the scope of financial instruments has been broadened. For instance, now it's possible to use structural funds for financing working capital, which was important in particular economically tough times. But we have also changed allocation in order to set up dedicated funds for the support of SMEs. What I can see for the moment is that we have provided, I think altogether with also Greek money and money from the European Investment Bank, 1.8 billion euro, and only a couple of some hundred million euros has already arrived at the final beneficiaries. So we have to see what are the reasons why the money which is now available already for a year is not really used or not so quickly used as I would have expected it. Maybe it's due to a still existing uncertainty about the future. But here I have repeatedly heard that, and figures indicate that there seems to be a slight recovery already. But maybe it's also due to undercapitalization of SMEs, which you have to address in an adequate manner. Because if you don't have the necessary equity capital, it's difficult to get the loans and to have any collaterals. So we have to identify the reasons why the money which is already there is not yet used.
Do you think also it is due to bureaucracy? Because we have a very heavy bureaucracy in Greece.
Well, in that respect, I'm not quite sure that it's about bureaucracy. I think indeed we have to see, because now the money is there, but it could be used by the final beneficiaries. I don't see that, for instance, public administration would be involved in this process, as it could be now the case. So I think it's more that either SMEs and the owners of SMEs or the managers of SMEs don't really trust the recovery, are still hesitating, and there might be some problems with equity capital and things like that.
SMEs in Greece demand to create a bank for development, maybe an investment bank that could support SMEs. Can we do something like that through European programs?
Yeah, there are already some ideas aiming exactly at that direction and objective. So it's up to the experts to decide. Again, money is there, money will be there in the future. The support of small and medium-sized enterprises is at the heart of our activities by using structural funds, in particular in the next financial perspective, because when it is about reduction of unemployment, we have to assist existent SMEs, but also to find ways how new ones can be created. And I have to say that over the past few weeks, I have seen an increased interest of public investors or non-Greek companies to go to Greece and to set up either an own company, to buy one, to establish one, or to establish a subsidiary. So there is now a starting interest to invest in Greece. So I think there might be really a lot of opportunities for Greek companies in the future. And now, therefore, it's important to have what I always call realistic optimism.
But when we talk about investments outside Greece, Usually we talk about big companies. So SMEs and people who work in small and medium companies are afraid that those big companies push over small and medium business.
I think we should understand that usually big companies, I don't want to ignore the concerns in some areas, but usually big companies attract a lot of small companies for different services, different means, etc. So there are, I think, for decades studies proving that big companies create 3, 4, 5 additional jobs outside at the level of small and medium sized enterprises, which, for instance, serve big companies, supply, doing that and that, and therefore I think each kind of investment increase, be it a small one, be it a big one, will have an additional effect. And it's not only about SME support, it's also about qualification of people, because this is the second leg of our activities, to qualify, to train people, but it should be always in relation and correlation to the demands, to the necessities of the economy.